we're back. Hi guys, welcome to Lee Reacts. I hope everyone's having a good day. I know I am. Welcome to this special afternoon, for me at least, presentation of Lee Reacts. I usually only save this time slot for album reactions, such blah blah blah. So I couldn't fit the Miles Davis into my usual morning show thing, so I thought I'd make a little special slot for him. It's Saturday afternoon, probably, as you're watching this. If you're watching day of premiere, we did part one, or side one. We did that last Saturday on 420, and we're gonna be finishing up with the last two tracks, all blues and flamenco sketches. Those are, yep. This is the last two on the album. The first one was written by Miles Davis, and the second one was written by Miles Davis and Bill Evans. So let's do this. Of course, I really enjoyed our foray into side one last week. It, as you see by the blue light, it's definitely a shade of blue, to say the least. Whoopsie. And it's been a musical revelation to me. Let's just say that. Him and Coltrane. Goddamn, bro. Alright. Y'all aren't subscribed. We do jazz stuff on the channel, jazz fusion. Basically, there is no limits or genre boundaries I really conform to on this channel. It's more about if it's good or not. I've felt things from genres and songs and things I never would have imagined even less than a year ago. So yeah, there's no rules anymore. So leave a comment, subscribe, like the video, it helps, and let's enjoy this together. Alright, so first up is all blues. 3, 2, 1, go. Subtle piano. Raindrops. notes on the snare. Jimmy is fucking, he's holding it down back there. This is Coltrane, right? That cymbal just sounded like raindrops to me this entire song. It's so calming. But turbulent underneath at the same time. What a strange feeling. I feel like I've heard this before. As a child, but I definitely didn't. Oh. Fuck. Holy shit. Alright, Bill, you're up. What's up? think I've ever felt more calm before in my life than I do right now. I love how everybody gets like a turn to shine in these tracks. They're all such legends, they have to give each other space, basically. Miles is very gracious. Wow, that really did go by quick. Now we're up to the last track. Wow. It's strange how jazz is like time. It just moves at its own pace, depending on what your perspective is at the time. I find that very interesting. Sounds mystical almost. Oh, you can hear the record crackle. It's so good. That is sublime. What a soulful sound. There's a light cymbal in the background. Hi-hat. It's kind of a blue day outside today too, so perfect. A bass. Double bass. Oh. Wow. Yeah, Bill Evans is one hell of a piano player. It's like just enough without being too overwhelming. What a time to be alive, huh? Things were about to get crazy. Well, things had been crazy. And they got weirder. Wow. Beautiful album. Thank you to our sponsor of this video, Johnathan Trent, for promoting and sponsoring both the first one and this one. Thank you very much, my friend. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Well, it does have the feeling of listening to something historic, something that was unprecedented, probably in a way. I don't know what. I know that they said this was his 27th album. Was it Kind of Blue? It's his 5th studio album released on Columbia. His 28th overall by American jazz musician Miles Davis. It was recorded in Columbia's 30th Street Studio in New York City, March 2nd, April 22nd, and then it was released on August 7th of the same year. Of course, featuring John Coltrane, Cannonball, which is Julian Adderley, Bill Evans, Paul Chambers, Jimmy Cobb, and then Wynton Kelly appeared on Freddie Freeloader last week. This is it. They completely capture a mood, a tone, a color, a setting almost perfectly here. It's very light and subtle, and then when it does have those minor peaks, it really hits hard because it's so across the board, pretty even keel. Everyone has their space to perform. I guess what what they're trying to perform, because it's so many, giants, I guess you could say. They can't step on each other because they're so big. So they give space to each other to perform their own pieces, it feels like, as a part of a song. I really enjoy Miles's parts, the ones that I can identify as Coltrane's parts, and then Bill Evans' parts. Honestly, on this side at least, not as much as the first side. Jimmy didn't have much to do here. It feels like as much in All Blues, he had I feel like more to do than he did in Flamenco Sketches. That was more of felt like a Bill Evans sort of song, obviously because it's written by Davis and Evans. So yeah, that makes more sense why it's kind of a little more prevalent of Bill's parts, which I thought were beautiful. Jimmy's drumming reminded me of Raindrops Falling in All Blues. It's very light and subtle, but there was these like little offbeat snare hits he would do. Like it was just really, I was like, whoa, what the fuck? I'd never heard anything like that, honestly. It was very interesting. It was just for those couple parts, though. I think he had a lot more to do on the first side. This one kind of felt dominated by Miles, the saxophone, I'll say. And so that was, and then Paul Chambers was the bass player, right? Paul got the shine too a lot here. I'd say, yeah, Jimmy and Paul didn't get as much to do, but they still, of course, shined. Bill Evans throughout both tracks was amazing. So was Miles, and so was both of the saxophone players. If I had to pick a song off this album that I liked the most, I guess it would be Blue and Green. So what, maybe All Blues? I don't know, man. This side felt way more mellow than the first one, even though the first side was still mellow. It all kind of follows a through line of that, but this one especially, it felt a little sadder, a little slower, a little more somber than the first side. I still enjoyed it immensely, and I feel like I learned so much just by listening. Even the couple times I listened to it just by editing and watching the video over again and stuff, like I get to listen to it again and again. And so far, this is only my first listen to it. I definitely would have to listen to it all the way through a couple more times to have actual, fully thought out, concepts and, recaps and such. But I can tell you that I've never felt more calm and collected than I do right now. I feel like it's kind of silenced a lot of the noise that's been rummaging through my head the past week or two. I know that won't last, but for at least this moment, I feel at peace and calm. It's a wonderful feeling, and it's all owed to these gentlemen right here, and of course, Mr. Miles Davis, and to our sponsor of this video, Johnathan T. Sorry, I always say your name for some reason. It's a very, not a rare occurrence on this channel to get to do a full jazz album, but I think this is the first time we've done that, and what an album to start with, Of course, we've done bits and pieces and live videos and concerts and such, but we've never actually sat down and listened to a full album. We did a side and we did a side. It's the only way this works, unfortunately. For me, at least. I enjoyed it. I really, really did. This was it definitely feels like it was history. And I find it interesting that music before counterculture got involved so much in art, it feels like, I think in like the early 60s. Because Vietnam started in 55, technically, I think, and then didn't end until 75, technically, I think. It's 20 years, but I feel like even though this is jazz music and that's separate from rock music and stuff like that. And I really haven't listened to much 50s rock or anything in general. I think people didn't speak out as much back then, obviously, because even the war happening, I think back then, obviously, I know there were still people who didn't think it was a good idea, but I think more of the public was on the side, I guess, of it happening, and then eventually people started realizing like how horrible it was over there, and the counterculture, the hippie movement, all that stuff starts, and it's just like, it's so interesting to me, like music before counterculture and the music after. I think there's a very clear dividing point where art started to speak up, I guess you can say, and it wasn't just for, I think the Vietnam War was the catalyst, but it also started with other issues, of course, with, civil rights, everything that, there's so many different things that were, was changing back then. Like from 1959, like the 10 years from 1959 to 1969 are just incredible how much changed in that decade. I wasn't even there, just from the art and what I've read. Like, I think it's insane, the amount of changes that happen. And then you go from 69 to 79. Like, and you can just keep going on and on and on, and it's like that. But like, I think it's crazy for the jump from 59 to 69. Like, wow, what a change in culture, change in art. I mean, that's what happens every decade, but it really was a huge turning point. It felt like, I don't know exactly where the point is, where, the whole counterculture started, and the rock bands and the acid and all that stuff, it's all connected, man. Like, all that stuff has a very precise through line of history, and I think it's very interesting to discover and research these things, because it's not just about the music for me, which it should be, but I also love learning the history. I love learning like actual stories from people who were alive back then, and they know the truth and they saw it themselves, because people can say all kinds of things nowadays, and that doesn't mean it's true. People say all kinds of shit. And then to them, it's true. We're like in a post-truth world now. It's people believe whatever they want to believe, and you can't tell them any different. It's not going to change their minds, unless you like give them irrefutable proof, I guess. And at that point, they're just going to turn it down and be like, whatever, like there's actual, never mind, I'm not going to get into it, but it's a very scary world we live in. It's not exactly scary just yet. I think we're in a flux period where it could go either way right now, and I'm talking about the whole world, not just my little corner of the United States. I think the entire world is at a breaking, like a brink, the brink basically right now. And it's, are we going to continue this way? Or are we going to just blow it all up and try something different? I don't know which camp I lie in. I'm more of a devil kind of guy, but that might be my downfall at the same time. I'd rather just try and fix what we have, because it's not broke. It's not that broken. It's broken, but it's not that broken. If you want to see broken, go fly over to where the wars are happening right now. That's broken. I mean, we have our hands on that. Oh my God, Lee, don't do it. Don't start it. Stop. Stop. Get some help. All right, I'm just going to leave it at that. That was a wonderful album. Thank you for watching, guys. Thank you. If you guys have any other tracks by Miles Davis, by any of these wonderful gentlemen here, please leave them below. I am down to listen to them. This has been a great album, a great experience overall, and I'm excited to hear more. So thank you for watching. If you all know, I have a Patreon right here. That is a picture of it. There is a link in the description. Join the $15 tier or up. You get one free request a month. If you join any of the tiers, you get access to all of our block videos and our Patreon exclusives. There's hours and hours of full albums, bonus content, tons of, Beatles, Jethro Tull, King Crimson, all the block stuff. It all goes on there. We have a Discord server, like I said, a great community. We'd love to have you. We got room for you. Come on over. And there's also a PayPal link in the description for tips, requests, and anything else. Thank you again to Johnathan for sponsoring this video. You rock, brother. This was great. I'll see y'all later. Hope you all enjoyed this afternoon special.